This time on Roadkill Garage, we are rescuing a duster that's been sitting for nearly 30 years, and we're making it way better, trust me.
And the Slant 6 bites the dust. Pull the pin.
Got it. Oh! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Came to us in a flash. You actually cannot have too many Plymouth Dusters.
No way.
No way. You've got the orange duster.
That's right.
I've got the crop duster, and it would just be ridiculous if we only had one apiece.
Well, I know you've been shopping forever, right?
Oh, when am I not?
No, I know.
And so that's why I got that.
Whoa.
So Steve, we're at Mike Coffey's house. This guy is the only person I know who loves dusters, perhaps even more than you and I.
I love dusters, and I know you do.
You got your purple CUDA from this guy.
Yeah, I did.
He and I have gone back and forth on text for like years as he buys dusters, and I threaten to buy them, but then they have vinyl tops, so.
Well, I mean, that's a no-go.
Unacceptable.
No.
So finally, he came up with this. It's a 71 original paint. It's been sitting since 1993.
It's a beaut. I like what I see so far.
Yeah.
Duster.
Is this called Rally Red?
Yeah, code FE5.
Oh, Mopar guy coming out.
I know.
But it's got the tan interior, which is kind of cool.
Oh, it is pretty cool.
Just think about it. This car was in service for a shorter time than it's been sitting.
Well, it's probably low mileage.
It says 94,649. I totally believe that.
I totally believe it too.
You know what's neat about this car?
Everything?
Not one option.
Zero?
It is a Slant 6 with a 3 on the tree, no power steering, no power brakes, no nada.
Wow.
Yeah.
The manual transmission actually is great. You already have the 4-speed pedals built in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You ready for power plant?
I want to see.
The 198 cubic inch Slant 6.
And did you know that 198 is exactly a 225 with less stroke and the exact same piston, but a longer connecting rod to make the difference up?
I don't think I would bother to retain any of that. You know what the greatest thing about the Slant 6 is?
The bounce when it hits the bottom of the dumpster?
Yes, the sound is exactly it.
Yes.
And that's what's gonna happen. Here's my plan. I know the brakes are junk because I stepped on the pedal, they go to the floor, but I don't care about brakes if the engine doesn't run because my whole goal is to drive this back to your house.
Okay.
And if it doesn't run or has a bad rod knock or whatever, then we can just go direct to trailer and then roll credits.
I like that. Yeah.
So let's see if we can make it run. Why the Plymouth Duster? Let me school you on the history of this thing. In like 1969, Chrysler was looking at their Plymouth product line. They were looking at the Valiant, and even they thought that it was a little bit stodgy. And they said, you know what, design team? Why don't you go ahead and just make this car cooler? The corporate guys basically turned their back from that point. They were too busy designing the new E-body, which would be the Challenger and Barracuda. Meanwhile, the guys working on the Duster went hog wild. They were told they had to keep the same front clip, the same cowl, the same door skins. Everything else was fair game. So what they did is they took a boxy Valiant that no one cared about, and they turned it into a sleek fastback. They wanted to compete with the Nova, the Maverick, even the Vega, all of which were fastbacks. And you know what? This thing turned into a massive hit. And I like to think partially because of this logo right here, which I've always loved. Here's the thing, you know how Plymouth had the Road Runner? Well, they wanted to use the Tasmanian Devil on this car, and they couldn't get the license from Warner Brothers, so they said, you know what? We're just gonna make the Dust Cloud and call it the Duster, and that's what that's all about. However, the key to the Duster is the amazing design of the body lines on the flanks. cut like the facets of a fine diamond. Steve Dulcich has actually argued that the Duster is superior to even the '69 Ford Mustang Mach 1, and I think you'll agree. This particular one was the pedestrian model. They made these from 1970 all the way to 1976. These days, you can still buy 6-cylinder ones for pretty cheap. This one, believe it or not, was $4,000, which is a hard nut for me to swallow because when I was a kid, this would have been $400. Nevertheless, Steve and I are gonna make it cool.
First thing I'm gonna do is check the oil. You can tell a lot from what comes out on the stick, and I haven't looked at it yet. Freiberger, I can't bear to look. Can you please tell me what's happening there?
Whoa.
Ah, dude, change the oil?
Forget it,
No
that's like
way.
new. Wow. All right, I'm happy with the oil. That means we don't have to mess around with that. You want to go to cranking it? Let's put our battery in it. We brought a battery.
Well, there's the battery in there. Does it work?
I doubt it, right?
Might.
Well, turn the key. Make sure it's in neutral. You know how the 3 on the tree works, right, Steve?
Yeah. Is this even connected to anything anymore?
The linkage has the classic failure point.
It's broken. It won't go through an H pattern.
Yeah, that's all messed up. I'm gonna lube it.
Wait, maybe it's working now.
Yeah, the collar's moving now.
That's reverse. First, second, third.
Okay, it's gonna be drivable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm a neutralist. I'm gonna try to crank it.
You gonna try and crank it? I'm ready.
The key doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything?
No. Okay, you ready?
Whoa, good
Yep.
thing it's in neutral.
Ah, come on. It's in gear in every gear. I think I'm
try
closing
that.
in on it right there.
Oh yeah, this runs.
That sounds like a perfect slant 6 to me.
It does. Let me check for sparkola. Crank. That would be a no.
Yeah,
Somebody installed brand new points condenser and rotor
and oil,
and oil in an attempt to make it run.
and clearly failed. Now, the question is, did they fail because there was a mechanical flaw in the system, or was it incompetence of some sort?
That we will determine. I'm gonna bypass the ballast resistor. Here's what that does. The ignition system runs on about 9 volts, and this is the thing that cuts it down. But when you're cranking on it, it bypasses the resistor, so you get full power to the coil, so you get a bigger spark, so it'll start cold and stuff like that. It's just like a resistor in there, and they're famous for failing, and I am just going to eliminate it by arcing across the 2 wires that connect to it. So now we just remove that variable.
Ready?
Yep. Nothing. Nothing.
Put the test light on there and see if you have,
Blinkage. You know how I knew that?
how?
By the fact that I'm holding the test light about to hook it up.
Ah, that's the giveaway.
Okay, key on
Key is on.
and crank. It's blinking.
It is?
Yep,
We have a bad coil.
yep. Bypassing the ballast resistor did nothing. The next thing that I went to is to see if the points are working by taking my test light and touching it on the negative side of the coil, which goes over to the points. And when I did that, you could see the light flashing, which means the points are making contact and breaking contact, so that's correct. So I actually neglected to order a coil, but I did order Mike to go take one off of one of his cars for us to try. So here we go.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, you ready, David?
I am ready. Yes, fixed.
Let there be spark.
Yeah.
That was pretty much a flawless troubleshooting path.
Should I splash some actual gasoline in there?
Sure.
There's never gonna be a time where we shoot with one of these where I don't complain about it. All right, that's gas absolutely everywhere, including the driveway.
Did you get some down the carburetor?
Yeah, fire it up, and I do mean fire. There we go. The old pull all the dirt out of the radiator trick. Runs perfect.
It runs pretty good.
Yeah,
Do you want to hook up a fuel system to it
Oh, of
and
course.
drive it away?
yes.
Okay.
Let me know when you're done. I fixed the ignition system. You can handle the fuel. No, really, Steve, I insist.
Did you, what? I haven't looked in here yet. David, do you mind peering inside?
Ah!
No, it's actually pristine.
It's like new. Look.
The Valvoline racing oil?
Whoa. That's how old this thing was. Steve and I remember actually doing oil changes with cans of oil where you either had to open it with a beer opener or you had the spout that would stick into it.
I'm looking for the spout that sticks into it.
Usually it's in the trunk with these.
How are we going to route this fuel line?
I'm going to say it's in fact easier to put it under the car than it is deal with it pinching off in the hood. I'll zip tie it under there if you want to, because you're going to have to deal with slamming it in the trunk and the hood. You want me to jump rope at this?
No,
or
I was
what?
going to try to strangle you with it for making me put in the fuel system. The fuel system is routed. The thing now is to see whether or not the fuel pump's actually going to pump fuel. So, fingers crossed. Wide open throttle. I think it needs
unchoke it.
Okay.
Winning! Okay. That was a big win.
This is your new car, Freiberger.
I know, it's pretty nice. I think at that point, we're gonna call it for the night. We're gonna pour fluids in it tomorrow and fix the brakes, wheels, and tires, and we're out of here. No problem. Happy morning. Our goal today is to get this as ready to leave as possible before the sun hits us because it was brutal yesterday. Plan?
I think we need to address the cooling system. It has no thermostat housing and may have a bunch of leaks, which we don't know about. So jack the car up, pull the wheels and tires, get the brakes functional, new wheels and tires, hit the deck, road test the car.
Okay.
Ow! Oh!
This turd, being a Super Strippo model, has the 7 1/4 inch rear end. The 8 3/4 would be key. That tire is junk. The brake system appears to be empty. The master cylinder is anyway, so we're just gonna pour fluid in it and hope. Usually the problem with something like this is that the fluid has gummed up the rubber lines, sometimes even the steel lines. But we're just gonna assume that didn't happen and make a mess later when we have to change parts. We have a problem. We're trying to bleed the brakes, and even though fluid's not coming out anywhere, the pedal is getting really hard, so we've got pressure trapped in the system somewhere. What are you doing?
I'll disconnect the hard lines. See if that relieves the pressure, if anything comes out.
Let me go see if I can step on them a bit. Okay, what we're looking for now is fluid to come out of that junction. Is it squirting?
Oh, yeah.
I heard that.
That means something's clogged up.
Downhill, yeah, downstream. Is it tightened up yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably means that we've got a rubber line somewhere that's swelled shut.
What I did was disconnect the brake hose from the hard line, and I had fluid dripping out of the hard line fitting, which indicates that the fluid's reaching at least to this point. The hose might be clogged, or the wheel cylinder inside the brake drum might be clogged. So the next thing I had to do is remove the hose, hand off this brake hose to Freiberger, see if it's actually clogged or not.
As predicted, it is garbage. Nothing going through there, Steve.
Try blowing it through it. Clogged?
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, it turned out that the brake hoses were clogged, but David anticipated that and he ordered some new ones. We had them standing by, and now I'm putting them in. I'm gonna just start it by hand. I'm gonna take the vice grips out at that point and just wrench it on. Okay. All right, David, this side is completed.
Wow. I'm gonna clean out the interior, which is going to be the worst. Apparently this thing was used as a dumpster before, and there's a unique odor in it, and it's got that stuffing absolutely everywhere that's gonna get all on me, and the first thing I have to do is rip down the headliner, which is going to shower me with schmutz. I knocked down the headliner and the fuzz, now vacuum. Down.
Up.
Up. Steve has got all of the rubber brake hoses changed, and so we're gonna bleed brakes while I continue with my ace detailing job here. I'm not getting it perfect, but I'm trying to get it less disgusting. Yuck.
Down.
Down.
It is looking golden. Step on the brake a little bit.
Stepping.
Ah, you got brakes?
Yep. This is super disgusting. I'm cleaning the steering wheel, and I can smell the steering wheel from here. It's like dead fish. It's terrible. So Mike gave me the jasmine tree. Ooh, it's pretty strong, but you know what? I'll take it over whatever wild kingdom it's like in here. Oh, it stinks so bad. You're lucky that we don't have smell-o-vision on this show. It's really gross. Next up, cooling system. I'm gonna make Steve do that while I keep cleaning because, wow.
On our initial inspection, we noticed that the engine did not have a thermostat housing. Luckily, we sourced one here locally, and we're gonna install it. David has already cleaned up the housing. I'm gonna give it a thin skim of silicone, like that, and I'll bolt that right on. Now that the bolts are started, all I have to do is tighten it up with this ratchet, put the hoses in, and start it up and see if it leaks. Then when it overheats, we'll probably have to redo everything anyway. I'm really happy the cooling system's all done. I'm just gonna top it off with some water, then we're gonna be down to wheels and tires, and we'll be ready to drive it away. Is it leaking all out? There's actually a hole in the radiator, Freiberger.
No way.
It's shooting out of the radiator core.
Guess you'll install my new aluminum radiator.
Yes. Not surprisingly, our original radiator leaked like a sieve, but the genius of Freiberger thought that may be the case, and he had this backing this up. It's an aftermarket aluminum radiator that's way bigger. It's made for a 340 V8 application. Now, this thing is supposed to be a drop-in, bolt-in, direct replacement radiator, but is it? We're about to find out.
Look at the quality of that weld right there.
I think it was done by machine.
Probably.
That was probably a robot.
It was cheap. I think it was like 250 bucks.
Really?
Yeah.
And it looks so much more.
Is it gonna hit the fan?
Oh, you know what? The bottom bolt locations are exactly right. The top ones are off, but
how many zip ties will it take to make it work?
well, I mean, we could remove the bolts all the way, drop that 1 inch, and then this will probably fit.
Or leave that one in the bottom and zip tie this around the top and then let the hose hold it in place like so. Look at that, see?
What's the Freiberger way of getting this done?
That way.
David, you know when I'm asking you a rhetorical question, don't you?
Will the hood close with that radiator cap standing so proud?
Oh, absolutely.
Ready?
Yes. It seems like it's closed to me.
Yeah, good enough. Let me find the zip ties. We would normally paint this black, but I figure this car is not going to be assembled this way for
It's
very
not going to
long.
be a Slam 6 198 Duster.
No.
That's not your goal with it, is it?
No, I hope it throws a rod on the way home.
Really?
Yeah.
Get Cotton over here. Okay, it's attached.
All right. Good news, the rear end is full of lube. Now I have to lie in water and check the transmission. Trans is good enough.
Great.
Wow, that was really responsible of us to check.
I feel like we're closing in on it, David.
Me too.
So we proudly installed the whole cooling system and thought we were all done with that. But unfortunately, the water pump was going drippity drip drip. So that's no good. We have to replace it, which means we got to pull everything back out, replace the water pump, and then put everything back in. That's not going to be too hard to do. Meanwhile, David's going to rebuild the rearview mirror, which has been going flippity flop, flippity flop.
I hate it when the rearview mirror dangles.
Oh.
You can't see the cops.
It's only a decorative item at that point.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm going to get busy with this. He'll do that, and the car will be completely roadworthy. I have to confess, I was going through some confusion and consternation. Is this a Roadkill or a Roadkill Garage? You really can't tell because we're not at the garage, but we have this. This is the space blanket invented on the set of Roadkill Garage. And since I am bearing the space blanket and I'm gonna use it, you can be assured you're not watching Roadkill. This is Roadkill Garage. I would have unashamedly done that, except the lady of the house is actually standing 15 feet away from me, observing the wreckage here. May I offer my sincerest apologies? Are we good? Okay, so we're not quite ready to be thrown out yet. Here's a little top tip for you guys out here in TV land. When you're removing the radiator for the 5th time, you don't want the fan denting the fins. So you could put it in the protector, which is consisting of corrugated cardboard cut to exactly the right size with the bent corner there to hold it up.
What's the main reason you don't want to dent the radiator with the fan?
You don't want unsightly fins that are dented over.
Oh, I thought it was because you didn't want to hear me complaining about it.
Well, yeah, that is actually. Oh, that? Now, ta-da, perfection. Wow, look at the corrosion on that.
How corroded is that?
Turn this and tell me if that's horrible.
This is doo-doo.
Feel that?
Yeah, it's doo-doo. Dulcich has volunteered to do the water pump, so I thought I would kick back here and give you some schooling about the Slant 6. If you've never heard of this, you probably need the whole story. And if you have, I probably have some tidbits you didn't know. So this engine is a Slant 6. First of all, why do they call it a slant? It's because most inline 6 cylinders are standing straight up and down. The pistons travel like this. This engine is leaned over at a 30-degree angle. So if you're looking at the front of the car, it's laid over like that. The pistons go up and down like this. Why would they do that? Well, honestly, Chrysler ripped off the design from Mercedes, who had been doing that since the 50s, and the reason for it is to lower the hood line, make the car look more modern. Or at least that's what they thought in 1960 when they first released these things in the Valiant. And as a matter of fact, for years in Hot Rod Magazine, they were called the Valiant engine, when in fact, Chrysler called it the G engine, but everybody calls them a Slant 6. They were initially introduced as 170 cubic inches, then they went to 198, which this thing has, and simultaneously they had the 225, which carried on all the way to the end of production. The whole engine was designed by this guy called Willem Weertman, who worked at Chrysler. He was eventually the lead engine designer, and there's stories in Hot Rod Magazine of him like posed with the Max Wedge engines and everything. And I will say the Slant 6, not his best work. In my opinion, the greatest attribute of the Slant 6 is the sound it makes when it hits the bottom of the dumpster. Mopar guys think this thing is fantastic because most of them have a steel crank. Most of them have solid lifters, but they also only have 4 main bearings. They're gutless, even if you get like the Super 6.
5 main bearings.
5 main bearings. I said 4. There's 5 main bearings. It's still a turd. They just don't run hard. They're not as reliable as Mopar guys say, and so there's no chance this thing is going to stay in the car. So all the work that Steve is doing replacing this water pump is going to be effective between right here in Hemet, California, and his place up near Bakersfield. Okay, that's on so it'll never come off. That's good. Tighten that up. All right, we're gonna fire it up and see if it drinks any water. Then it's wheels and tires and out of here. Fires right up, dead cold. It even sounds good.
The alternator works, as does the amp meter.
I'm calling this good.
Yep.
Ready for hood slam? And then we're gone. Oh, wheels and tires, then we're gone. Now we're gonna make it look like a hot rod with this big fat 275 6015. These wheels have a good story. I had them custom made way back when I was at Carcraft Magazine, and I had what was called the Orange Duster, which now belongs to Steve. The big deal is that these A-bodies had a small 5-on-4-inch bolt pattern until I think 1973, and then they went to the 5-on-4.5, like the full-size Mopars, and that's why it's hard to get wheels for them and why I had to get these made. Up front, we have a 225/70/14 that's going on some stock 14x6 wheels.
Back end coming down.
Ready. Okay, the moment of truth.
Coming down. Ah.
Oh, the brakes work. Rolling, not rolling. Okay, we may live.
Shut the door so I can get the full aesthetic.
Oh yeah, it's a hot rod now.
Wow.
How's the stance?
Transformative.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let me see if it'll run. Foot on clutch. It is running.
This is the part I've been waiting for. Road test the car.
The bro test.
The bro test the car?
We're gonna bro test it.
Ah, it's actually pretty comfy in here.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, this is the first time I think it's moved under its own power for 29 years. Let's just round it up to 30. Yeah, that better dramatic effect that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of our crew wasn't even born the last time this was driven.
Yep. We're actually gonna hit the public road right now. Let's see, are we in first? No. It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stay in first if you don't mind, because this is a really steep hill. This is basically Pike's Peak of Hemet right here.
I think it is. Yeah. Look how smooth it is. You can even lug the engine. It doesn't even want to conk out.
The engine's great.
Speedometer even works.
Sorta. It's a little bouncy, might need lube. You know what? The steering's actually pretty good. Look at that.
It's tight.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't need to be rebuilt.
Hey, we made it.
Yeah.
Wow, I bet this thing looks cool.
Oh, you bet. You mean you know it looks cool.
Okay. Ooh. Did you hear that rod knock?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Uh-huh.
Now I can't get it in. Nope. Now we're messed up. Oh.
It sounds like a diesel.
Wow.
I heard it before, and
I was in denial before.
you were?
Yeah.
Did you? I thought you might not have heard it.
The shifter. Oh, don't tell me. I can't get it into any gear. Let's pour some goop in and see what we can do with that shifter. The good news is we survived the gauntlet of incline and turns, and the brakes are okay. The bad news is twofold. What do you think's the worst bad news?
Oh, that's a tough choice, but I would say the rod knock, perhaps?
Yeah, there's a lot of rod knock. And aside from that, you can't really shift the transmission at all.
Yeah.
So we foresaw the rod knock situation, which, by the way, means there's connecting rod bearings that are so worn out that they're slapping on the crankshaft, and that's really bad. So we're gonna pour some engine goop in there, trying to soften that up a little bit. That's in there.
Oh, nice work.
Thanks. What we're doing here is not trying to fix anything. We're trying to learn how to make this linkage work. It's totally worn out. So
When you're in the first reverse gate, you have to manually hold it in by keeping it pulled towards you until you get to neutral, and then at which point you can let go and it'll engage the second, third gate.
okay, so that's neutral. Now I'm gonna pull it towards me, and that's first.
Yep.
That's reverse.
Yep.
And now if I go to neutral, I can let go of it. Is it locked in? There,
Okay.
now it is.
Now you're in the gate.
Yep, that's second, and that's third.
Yeah.
Okay, I can overcome the shifter. Now can we overcome the rod knock? That's the
That's
question.
going to be up to the sauce to decide.
Yes, it will. Okay,
I'm going to shut the hood.
go for it.
Sure, forever genius the way you figured out how to manipulate that shifter.
Oh, thanks. I knew exactly what to do
I
based
know.
on your description.
Just on basically the first time around, your first practice session, you already had it figured out.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah. I like that because I didn't want to have to mansplain it to you over and over again.
Yeah. I don't think we can put this in front of the GoPro.
We don't need that stupid thing.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh! Ah, like a boss, Freiberger.
I got the feel now.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for second?
Yeah, hold towards
So
you.
holding towards me, going to
Neutral.
neutral, letting it go. Oh,
Oh!
like butter.
Whoa! That just felt like victory, Freiberger.
You gotta finesse that thing.
Ah. I feel really happy with the Duster now that we can drive it.
Me too. And look, no rod
No rod
knock.
knock, yeah.
Okay, pull towards, neutral. Oh,
Ah,
third gear.
well, we can drive this thing anywhere.
I think so.
Yeah.
Listen how quiet this is.
I know.
It actually drives just fine. Wow.
It's really good.
Yeah. Oh man, I've got this thing dialed.
Completely. Man, we're hauling 65?
Yeah.
That's great.
This doesn't rod knock anymore.
No,
That solved it.
it did.
You know what? It's a significant feeling of victory to work on something like this that hasn't run in so long and then just motor down the road in ways that no mere mortal could actually do because of the shifter.
I know. Aren't you just at peace with the Duster?
Oh, completely. Brake lights work too.
It's almost like this was a perfectly functional car when it just got parked for no reason.
Maybe they didn't have engine goop back then and the rod knock was sort of daunting, so they just parked it, not knowing that you can't kill a Slant 6. I criticized the Slant 6 earlier in the episode. I said it was dumpster fodder.
I know.
And think about all the stuff we didn't do, and this thing just motors.
I really like rolling on these brand new tires. That makes me happy for some reason.
Yeah, me too. Do you realize we didn't even change the spark plugs? So
Right.
we're into this thing for just dirt cheap. The most expensive thing was tires.
You hear that?
That's real bad.
It's as though the engine has shed its bearings. How's that even possible?
Boy, it's been an emotional roller coaster of hating the Slant 6 and then being impressed by how well it drove and then having it fall apart again. And once again, me just craving the sweet sound of the boom.
Maybe its time has come and passed.
Ooh. Oh, what is that?
It sounds like something.
Oh, I bet I know what it is.
What?
I bet the thrust service on the crank is so worn out that it's dragging the
Oh.
flywheel on the bell housing. Don't you think?
It could be that, or dragging a counterweight onto the main bearing.
Or that.
The Duster just, it was just
Oh,
ready.
dude.
It's ready to go.
This thing is the Rod Chucker 2000 right
Yep.
here.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. I think it's a goner.
I think it is.
That's hot. Oh, dude, that's coming apart.
It doesn't sound good, does it?
No, it's not the clutch. It's definitely...
Listen to it while I rev it up across the valve cover. Where's that noise coming from?
about 3 rods clanking themselves to death. I sense you trying to kill it.
I'm trying to do a diagnosis here, David. Now, I would just hush if I were you.
Oh! This engine is history. We could drive it, but it's gonna strand us on the freeway in brutal traffic. See the freeway right there? It's like bumper to bumper. It's moving about 30. This thing's gonna explode. I think we gave it a valiant effort, which is a pun, by the way. And let's see how much wide open throttle it can take.
It failed us.
Maybe the slant six is unkillable.
It was getting better.
It's done.
No, it seized on that last thing. Did you hear that runk as you shut it off or it died?
Yep.
Getting better.
Yeah, we did that on purpose. I normally don't like to destroy stuff, but
It was already destroyed.
It's dumpster fodder. Bye-bye.
Just a moment of silence and respect.
You know what? We loved it right up to the point where it left us. Tomorrow we'll be back at Steve's and we're gonna rip that thing apart because I think it has new life on Roadkill Garage eventually. Yeah, we trailered it back to Steve's, which is kind of an admission of a loss, but here's the good thing, Steve.
Okay, what?
Now that it's blown up, I'm much more excited about the Duster.
Well, I was super excited one way or the other, but the 198 was a one-way trip anyway.
Yeah.
We knew that thing would come out as soon as we got here.
But now it's more justified.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do today is pull the engine and trans out in preparation for a future episode. But first,
we are going to scale the car. And I'm super curious because I have no idea what this thing weighs, but I'm presuming it's gonna be under 3,000 pounds.
I presume that too, probably in your 2980 range.
I was gonna say 2950.
Okay, well, let's see.
Let's see how accurate we are.
The reason we're doing this is once we build the whole car, we want to compare it to what it is now. Ready?
I don't even want to look. You'll have to read the numbers. And?
Whoa, 2880, 889. It's sort of flickering.
So I was at 2950 and you're 2980, so.
Technically, you win.
I did.
Wow, 2880. That is a light car. There's nothing to it. And it'll be lighter once we gut the thing, which starts now. I don't think this has ever been off. The plan here is going to be get everything out as fast as possible. I think it is going to be record time. Radiator out, motor mounts, trans mount, drive shaft, wires, exhaust, sawzall. All right, out. Let her down. Wow, it slid back far. That exhaust system almost brained me. All right, that's puking not in the pan. That's Roadkill Garage standard behavior right there. All right, Steve.
Ready?
Yeah, it's leaking.
Water pump coming off. You know, about the only thing we accomplished, Freiberger, is putting on this water pump. Now we're undoing the greatness of that feat.
Oh, wow, you pulled that right out of there. That was good.
Look at that.
So I'm realizing in our attempt to drive this away, I spent $350 to $400, and most of that was that radiator. That was our gamble for entertainment, and we lost, but still better than Las Vegas. We got everything disconnected. We're pretty much ready to try and pull it.
How am I doing left and right?
Pretty good. There you go. Stop. 6 inches, stop. All right, might as well try it. Okay, up a little. We're going up and out. Got it. You're clear, pull her out. And gone.
Out!
Heading to the dumpster. Okay, now the trick is to balance it right on the corner, right?
I think so.
Okay, give that a shot. Okay, I think it's balanced. Nope.
I think if you just pull the screwdriver.
Think so? Okay.
All right, Freiburger, pull the pin.
Ready, Dulcich?
Pull the pin.
Got it. Boom!
Boom.
Pro shake. Bam,
Bam,
bam, bam. Done.
Goodbye, Slant 6.
In a future episode of Roadkill Garage, new life for that duster, I promise.
Coming back better than ever.
Cooling towel.
Yeah.
You know what this is?
A cooling towel.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
I was gonna do the same thing to you.